SBF family, welcome back to Salon Time, episode 14, and we have Miss Operetta Dead Gorgeous. You've seen her on a package opening. She doesn't need a whole lot besides a neater ponytail and pretty bangs, so she doesn't really warrant a episode all on her own. So today we're going to add in Wave 1 Operetta. This was my very first hair redo I did, and the victory curls turned out really well, although it's very frizzy, and I just feel like I've gotten better and I can improve her. The back here is not quite so neat. It actually looks a little like box head, or I didn't do it. Anyway, I just feel like I can do it better now, and I think this one would be, she's got the booty problem pants. It just feels like I can make her look better, and I've learned more along the way. So I'm going to redo the two of them together. Awesome. Possum. Had an idea. While I was doing that other head and washing it, I remembered that I had bought that head because Gracie had destroyed this one quite a bit, cut her hair. Anyway, I thought I'm going to surprise her and maybe fix her up. I know I can't get rid of all of this, but maybe I can fix her hair up. She calls it, oops, her crazy girl. She's broken in the arm. She's got chew marks on the legs, but she still loves this doll. So I am just going to, at the very least, give her a hair wash and tidy her up. I thought I'd add that in just for fun. All washed up. I did use the Goo Gone on my Operetta. It did have a little bit of the gooiness going. Half fabric softener, half water. Not really too long. She smells a little bit, her hair. This one's okay. Gotta give the girl credit. She kept in the lines pretty good on there. You know, I don't undress my ghouls mostly, and I never knew she had her scar on her shoulder like that. I think that's pretty neat. Anyways, I'm still wondering what I'm going to do with that. Get her in there. Like I said, they won't need long. She's looking good. I wanted to show you something. This Dead. Oh my god, look at her bangs. Her rooting. Ooh! If you ever get this one, I want to redo it. There's not much you can do with that. Quite a bit of quality difference from the first one, which is not like that. And the whole head is quite thin. Just for reference sake, I can't believe how poorly done that one is. Anyway, she'll be easy. I did take the ponytail out. So I usually like to work around them, but that one was frizzy, so I'm gonna redo that one. So let's get them in there. Probably let them soak about an hour. She was never softened to begin with, so that's gonna probably help the styling look much better right off the hop. Oh, let's let them soak. First, I took her hair and I just put her in a nice new ponytail. Nothing special, just copied what was already there. Made sure I found the part lines. Her curl is easy to see that it flips back. So we're just going to follow that same direction. This is a good way to show what's going to happen for Wave 1 because her curl in the front is just the same. The difference being this one really needs that triangle covered, and the Wave 1 is not quite as bad as that. As you've seen many times, one straw, one of this. I'm not going to use my dryer sheet perm papers because I want this to be nice and tight. I think the trick here is not to bring it up too high, not to bring it too low. Find it in the middle so that when it lands right in front of that funny looking triangle. In there. This will be the same way we did perfect bangs on Blood Good, just going in a different way. My thing on top. Get that straight. And roll it up. here the difference is I'm going to make sure it's nice and straight when I look at it. And take another one, put it as a sort of cover. Make that stay really nice. So this same curl design is exactly how we're going to do the victory rolls. Of course, you don't want it to unravel, so make sure you get under there at the absolute least of these things. Okay, I think she's ready. That would be it. So when we do the wave one, we're just going to have one here, one here, one here, and one here. That'll be the basic same design as the wave one. So let's just give this ponytail a little tidy up. This one I don't want too, I don't know, poofy. I want it kind of sleek to make the bows stick out. I've just combed it out nicely. Check for any strays and give those the ittiest bittiest little snip so they're not messy. And then I do this one a little different than the others. I want that black streak to show. All I'm going to do is twist it. I'm going to twist it neatly all the way to the bottom. Kind of like, and then I'm going to kind of like cover it like I do with the ones that I want to really straight bottom. And just put those around and put pins in them. Especially try to be neat here at the end. The end being the most important, and I'll keep twirling that and working that. You can feel the hair twisting underneath. So I will just put as many as it takes to get on there and get that smooth. And then of course, put a whole bunch of pins in it. Now it wants to unravel, so I'm going to stick one up here. And I'll work on that a little more, and I'm sure have a ton of pins on it to keep it straight or from unraveling. I found that the best way to keep this from unraveling was to put a rubber band around it. I just twisted it, held it, put the rubber in, and then she's ready for a dip so she can have her hair hot set. Here's Miss Operetta at this stage. I'm totally experimenting here. What I found when I did her last time, I had it too curly hair, and then the victory rolls didn't pop out, it all kind of blended together. So I'm going to try something a little different. So here is where I am now. Of course, the top I split into her parts, her 3 parts. The top bangs are the easiest to find, and then the sides, I just kind of grabbed them evenly. The back I put in a ponytail, and the hope is that when this gets hot set, these will kind of curl up and be subtle. Now, I pulled away too little of the sides here that have that black. I want that to come forward. I looked at lots of pictures researching Operetta herself. They don't really show her back as perfect or show it in such a way you kind of see it curl here, and that's about it. Then I looked at pictures of real movie stars who had this hairstyle with the victory rolls, and still it's the front. You don't see much of the back. So I'm just kind of going with what I know to work, what I want to see, and what I've done with my own hair in victory rolls. Like the curls, front curls on operetta.dead, I just did the same, a little bit harder to maneuver because it was a little bit longer and obviously thicker. This one here, same idea. I just instead of positioning it this way, I positioned it this way. And I will tell you, because it's so particular for her curls, I probably rolled that about 30 times until I got it where I think it's okay. So I'll just show you this one briefly. The process. And I have to do this one on my lap. It's just easier for me to control it. Let's put the light. I am definitely not going to get this right the first time. So I'm going to do it once and show you kind of work on how I was playing, because this will probably take me quite a few times to get it right. So I just put on there. I didn't put anything on there because we got to slide this out like Goliath stuff. So we want it to be nice and smooth and easy to get out. That's why I'm afraid to put gel on it. So I'm just twisting, going with the slide that's happening, twisting, twisting, twisting. And then I'm taking stock. Do I like it? If I pull that out, do I think it's going to look good? It's going to spread open a little bit. And then I'm finding this one a little too big on the bottom, so I'm going to redo it. When I do get it right, then of course I'm going to put my little piece on top and pin it like crazy like I did the others. So I'm not going to bore you with how many times it's going to take me till I get this the way I want it, but just keep twirling and working it. Press those in as tight as you can and put your cover on it. That's going to be tedious, but going to be worth it. I sure hope so. At this point, I can only hope that that curl worked out. I think I rolled that one about 100 times. I almost had to take a walk from that one. It was frustrating me like crazy. So here you can see my little black thing, side things. You almost get an idea of what look I'm going for. So those, I'm simply going to do the little half curl. I wet it because of course everything's dry by the time I've gotten to this. These I will use my dryer sheets because they can be a little bit softer. Just gonna pull that down. Make sure it's nice and neat. Get my roller. And this one I'm going to do just a little slight spiral. And it came out grand. I don't remember how I ever did this one as my first one. I think being naive made it not seem so hard, and now it's so long ago I don't remember if it was frustrating or not. Alright, now we're going. So I'm rolling that towards her face, not all the way, just about like that. Put a cover on it, and put a bunch of bobby pins on it. Make sure it hangs in the direction I want it to. Oops, before it unwinds. Just like that. Oh, the struggles of fixing doll hair. And there we go. So I will do the same thing to this side, and then we'll do very little to the back actually. Very similar to what I did with the first one, Dot Dead, I'm going to do the same exact thing for this. So as you can see, I'm hoping that that kind of waves without being quite curled. Same with this. And then those are just going to pop, and these are going to pop in the front. It's a hope and a dream anyway, so I'll just twist that just like I did the other one and put my things over it and see how it's going to work. Repeat that process all over again, and then we'll be ready for a hot set. I did that the same in the twirl. I put some rubber bands on it to kind of bring it down and bring these two together so they're gonna hang in the front really nicely. So here's to hoping she's gonna work out. I got her in my hot, and then next will be the cold. I had already done the Dot Dead, and she's already drying. I had a feeling this one was gonna take a little while. So, excuse me, I did that one earlier in lieu of, so it's sitting outside already. It was pretty basic, same idea, at least a minute. I'm probably gonna do this one twice. And I have this girl here. You can really see how crazy her haircut is. I think this little Miss Operetta is gonna have a short bob or something like that. I still haven't decided, but she's ready for a haircut. But I am gonna put her in here just to straighten that hair out. So I'll keep working this, making sure it's good. Get that in there. And then put her in the cold for about a minute. I'm gonna repeat this process to make sure it penetrates into the straw rollers. And then, of course, we shall put her to dry. This one doesn't matter much, so let's just stick her in there. She is so old and so darn floppy. Poor doll. And get her in there. Shake her up. I'm just trying to get that as straight as I can. Alright. So I will repeat that. We'll see you in the next thing. Here's her with her hair cut. Pretty drastic. I didn't show any of that because I don't recommend nor encourage anybody to be cutting their doll's hair. Remember, this is only to try and fix it up from a mishap from when a child cut it when she was younger. So that's where I am there for now until we style her up and I make some decisions. At least at this point, her mistakes are pretty well hidden. Playing with her, nothing fancy, just trying to make something of it. I just took all little curls, grabbed as much hair as I can without it falling out, and I curled them all to the face. And then any in the back kind of curled downward and towards the face as best I could. I'm really curious how this one is going to turn out. Well, it's been 3 days, or no, sorry, not 3 days, 3 weeks. I think she's dry, all of them. They've been sitting on the counter because I've been doing ever after high stuff. So with these curls, I don't think I'm going to do 3 anymore. This gets way too lengthy. Like Calliope, we're going to pull off the covers very carefully and see it's pretty well stuck. Undo everything and then slide it out. Don't unravel that curl. Slide it out. Let's see. Ooh, that's clean. Great. So I'm going to do all those the same. That's always the way I do bangs. Slide them out. Lastly, real quick, we got her. Again, or another reason I did it this way because I wanted to slide that bow on without worrying about it. It is very loose. I don't want to sew it because it's too hard to get over there. So I did want that to go on easier. And I have a little pin here that I've just stuck in and I will hide in there. And that will hold the bow in place.
So brilliant.
Right. So let me get them all done. This one will probably be pretty easy to yank off. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, nice. Very little hairspray needed to hold that, but there's my twirl. Great. Let me get them ready and then we'll have our fashion show. My timing was bad to see, so all of you are first. Happy first to all 4 of you.